Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sharing our income and expenses like we do every month. It is now September, so we are going to be going over our income and expenses for the month of August. And most of the month of August we were in Bangkok, but you probably can't tell, or maybe you can tell, that we are now in the US. We have been back here for, I don't know, a little bit over a week or something like that. So a little bit of our expenses is going to, for the month of August, is going to include the US. And so let's talk about income first. And so most of the income does come from YouTube, and it usually fluctuates anywhere between 12 to 15,000 a month between all of our channels that are monetized, and it doesn't really change too much. But one thing that people ask us about all the time is they do ask us about our lives, our live streams, and how those do in comparison to some of our regular videos.
Yeah, so we thought we'd break down the live stream for you today because a lot of people are thinking maybe I just want to do some live streams and how much money can you make doing that. So we've been doing 4 live streams a month on this channel only, and this is not our biggest channel, so it would be more if we did them on our other channels, but we just choose to do them on this channel because that's just what we wanted to do. So 4 of those a month, and the total money from those 4 live streams for this month was $588.28. That's $488 from the ads, $45 from those of you that have a YouTube Premium, $38 from people that got memberships on the live, and then $12 from Super Chat and $3 from Super Sticker. Now, we don't, on our lives, usually push the Super Chat. There have been times in the past where we've gotten hundreds of dollars from the Super Chat on like even just one live, but we don't really talk that up or push that. So people that kind of do talk that up, I think they could make more, but that's not really the purpose of our live, is to try to get Super Chat, so we don't put an emphasis on that. So basically every time we've been going live, we've been making about $150 on average, and that's for about an hour. So that's not really too bad.
That's really not bad, considering the fact that we're literally just sitting there and just kind of answering questions as we go along. We usually prepare a little bit of information at the beginning and just kind of take that time to engage with our subscribers and to answer their questions, a little bit, kind of more individually than in the comment section, which is really hard to do because we just get so many comments. So it's really nice to be able to engage in that way, like almost a more personal type of experience than in the comment section.
Yeah, so that's something you can do. A lot of people that want to start a YouTube channel, they're not really sure about the editing. The live is great because there's no editing. It's a forced one-take thing. You just go on there, you do it, and the great part about it is, like she said, you don't really have to prepare anything because you guys, the awesome viewers of the live, come in and do all the work. You ask amazing questions. All we have to do is sit here and answer the questions, read them on the screen, answer the questions, and it's pretty good. The time goes by like that. Like we look up, it's like it's been an hour already. Time to log off. So we do enjoy doing the lives. Hopefully we can do some more. Maybe we'll do some on some other channels, but that has been a good source of income, almost $600.
Yeah, I think that's a really kind of a cool thing. There are people who have YouTube channels that only do live streams, which I think is really interesting, and just depends on the topic. We do go over all of this information in our YouTube course, which there's a link to down in the description if you want to kind of check that out. But live streams, I think, are really great for all of the reasons that we've mentioned, and the fact that if you're looking for something that's just going to be kind of on the easier side, like you said, there's no editing. You don't have to really prepare too much ahead of time when you're doing a live stream because you're just going to be chatting with people. It's a great way to, set foot into the YouTube world without investing a ton of time.
Yeah, exactly. And if we wanted to make more money doing just live streams, we could, because we could go live twice a week. We could go live on other channels. It's just, we just wanted to do the one live stream right now. And so that's just what we decided to do because the actual ads on YouTube are still doing really, really, really well. And so that's great. I will say also, when you're on a live stream, you do have a lot more chances to sell affiliate products. Not that we really push that, but people do ask you more questions about products that you use while you're on a live stream. And then if you have your links in the description, you will naturally sell more of those, whatever it is that your field is. So that income isn't really included in this tally because it's tallied somewhere else. But that's going to be another, several $100 for the month. So that really is included, but not in this total. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, there are really a ton of opportunities with the live stream possibilities. And you don't have to limit it to, an hour. There's people that live stream for 3-4 hours, and it isn't necessarily Q&A. You could do a lot of things like, if you did pottery, you could do a project live on a live stream and people would watch you do it live, and you could talk to people while you're doing it, or just, crocheting or gardening, whatever. You could do a live stream doing all of those things. It would be really quite interesting. So there are really a ton of opportunities, like you said, also with the affiliates there.
Yeah, so I know a lot of you are interested in YouTube. If it's been holding you back, we wanted to put this information out there because there is a lot of money to be made, even just on live streams. It is just, it's a great opportunity. We say it every month. Opportunity of a lifetime. It is. If you haven't jumped in to YouTube yet, there's tons of people in our community, our YouTube community, that are doing it and they're making it. They're monetized. So join us. Jump in. No time better than right now. So let's jump into our expenses, because we did go over budget, and we're sitting here. We've been, only 3 days of expenses in the U.S. and we're already over budget. But
it doesn't look good for September.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. So let's just jump into the housing. We were in the same apartment we were in the last month, so that was the same. We spent one night in the air, so that was free. And
we'll talk about that when we get to the flight.
We spent 4 nights at our daughter's house. That was also free. And then we spent 3 nights in the hotel. That was at the Intercontinental San Francisco. We used our points that we bought. So we got a pretty good deal on those. $130 a night is what it worked out to with the points. So all in on the housing, $1,725. That is more than we usually spend, but it is what it is. Supplies, $35 for a total of $1,760 on the housing.
Yeah, so that's really not bad. For the supplies, I think it was just, we bought a blender so that we can make smoothies at our apartment. But other than that, it's really not too bad to go over by so little.
Yeah. All right, transportation, the flight was the big one. We spent $1,210 to fly home. I wish we had spent more. We had economy seats. It was bad. We hadn't flown long haul like that in a long time. We were in serious regret when we got on there, and we were like, wow, it was bad. Oh
boy. Yeah, we bought that flight so long ago. We didn't even remember the type of flight that we had, and when we tried to go in and upgrade, you couldn't do anything anymore. We were basically just going to have to suck it up and, fly the 2 long haul legs in economy.
Yeah, we bought that flight before we had monetized this YouTube channel, and I think if we'd bought it after, we probably wouldn't have been in economy. I don't know. We'll see. See next time. So no cruises. Rideshare was to the airport. That was $28. We used Welcome Pickups. That is the go-to. If you have an early flight that you just can't miss, welcomepickups.com. Who you want to go with. We did ride the train here. This was in the U.S. We rode it from L.A. to Emeryville, and we got a sleeper car, but it wasn't overnight. We just got it for the day, so that was pretty cheap. With a companion coupon we had, $236. And then the metro in Bangkok, we spent $70 because we went all over town.
We zipped all over town. If you've watched our videos before, or if you watch my Travel Asia with Ali channel, you know that we ride the trains everywhere, all over town. We go wherever we want in Bangkok on that train because it's so easy, and it's clean, it's fast, and it's no trouble at all. So we will always be riding that train if we're in Bangkok.
Food was pretty similar to last month. We won't spend a lot of time on that. Groceries, dining out, food delivery, pretty much right on budget. a little bit over as usual, because we always go over by a little bit on that. And then entertainment, we didn't really do a whole lot for just entertainment. We were it was like our last month in Asia of 14 months. And honestly, it was kind of more of a medical month, because we were like, we got to get some stuff taken care of before we go to the U.S., because it's going to be a disaster if we get back to the U.S. and we don't have this stuff taken care of. So we kind of spent the month doing that. So I'm going to jump down here. Insurance and visa, that was the same as always. But medical, we budgeted $100. It ended up being $307, and that counts two different things. As you know, Allie has been having trouble with her hand, so she actually went to see a hand specialist, and then another hand specialist, and then 2 or 3 dentists also. So I'll let you break down first the hand specialist, and then we'll give you how much that cost.
Okay, so I did go to the hand specialist at Boomergrad, and it is probably one of the more expensive hospitals in the area, but it's also going to be the easiest to navigate because everything is in English. They have an app. You can do everything right through the app, and it is amazing. I emailed them on like a Friday, and they had an appointment set for me for that Sunday. Yes, I said Sunday. Went into the hospital to see the hand specialist on that Sunday, and he took a look at it, did a cortisone shot. He said I had trigger finger, and he wanted the other hand specialist to look at it as well. So he set me up with an appointment for a second, look at it with his friend, the other doctor that was there at the hospital. So I went to see him as well, and then I also had an appointment with the physical therapist included in all of that as well. And the physical therapist did a special treatment with like I think it's like an ultrasound machine of some sort, where they try to break things up in there. It was a little bit painful. I won't lie about that. But it did work. My hand felt so much better after just a couple of days. It felt pretty good. So we did make some progress there. So I was really happy about that, and really happy with the service there. And as far as my tooth is concerned, I had been having some extreme sensitivity issues, like even just talking sometimes I would get like this burst of sensitivity in my tooth area. I had a tooth pulled probably a couple years ago. Well, apparently there was a very small piece, and he showed it to me when he took it out, a very small piece of a root left in there, and that was what was causing the problem. So I had to have that done, and then I had to have a refilling of a cavity that I had many, many years ago. That was kind of a mess. So they fixed that, and they removed the root, and I felt like $1 million. And now I have no sensitivity problems. So that was what took up all of that money, but it was well worth it.
It was. So the hand specialist part of that, so 2 specialists, the physical therapy, the cortisone shot, the prescription, all that totaled $194. And then the dentist, all that totaled $113. So we did run that through our insurance, but we have a $5,000 deductible, so they're not going to pay out on that.
We didn't even come close.
So yeah, so we'll see. It just adds to your deductible, but it's pretty cheap. I think it would have been much more expensive to try to do it here. Not only that, we couldn't have even gotten anywhere, I don't think. So in Thailand, like you said, you email them on a Friday night, you got an appointment on a Sunday with a specialist at the hospital. That's just crazy.
It was crazy because the dentist was like that too. We were walking around, and I saw a couple different dentist offices, and I thought, I really want to stop in this one. And I asked them. They were super nice, and they did speak English, which was super helpful for me. And they said they could take me that afternoon. So literally like 4 hours later, I came in for my first appointment. Oh, and I must say also, they did have to cut a little, the redoing of my filling involved actually cutting my gum on both sides just a hair. So that was included in that as well, which is crazy to me.
And you had a temporary filling too for a few days, so that was included as
yes,
well.
while the gums healed.
So those were pretty incredible doctors and dentists. We do, if you're in the Retirement Travel Jumpstart course and community, we do have a section in there called Trusted Friends List. Every time we go to a doctor, dentist like this, that's amazing. We put their name, number, address in the community so that when you go to have stuff done, you know exactly who you can trust. That's the trusted friends. And so we have that for all over the world, places we've been in there. But we will be adding these doctors to that list because they were pretty amazing, right?
Exactly. I would, hands down, actually, whenever we go back to Bangkok, I still have 3 more physical therapy sections. If I want to do those, he said, "Oh, you can do 3 more when you come back." So I can do that if my hand is still bothering me. I've got some more sessions I could do, but it's incredibly affordable. And again, the ease of being able to get in literally that day or within a couple of days.
Yeah. So our projected cost for the month was $4,685. Total cost $4,969, just under $5,000. It's pretty good. Like, we do just kind of do whatever we want in Bangkok. We had to fly home. That was $1,200. We rode a train. We did a lot of. We're in a hotel that was expensive here for 3 nights. Still pretty affordable. We are over budget though by $1,000. Our budget is $4,000 per month. But that is easily solved when we go to like Vietnam or something like that, Bali. We are more in the $2,500 a month range. So when you come home to the U.S., just know it's going to be more. We know it's going to be more, but it should average out for the whole year. So not too bad, even though we went way over budget.
That's right. So I know that you guys have questions. Go ahead and leave those down in the comment section for us. And also don't forget that we do have down in the description a bunch of resources for you, as well as the link to our YouTube course and to our retirement travel Jumpstart course. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.